Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to our Thursday live stream. Is this going to be the last Thursday live stream? No, we have one more for this month. And how are you all doing? I'm just going to pull up TradingView to kickstart our discussion today. Let me just put this up. Of course, I'm sure you might be like, what is this Sell America Buy India theme? Many people might not have gotten the clue about what's happening about Sell America Buy India theme. You know, typically what happens is that every country also has a credit rating. Okay, so like if I'm talking about a company has a credit rating. If the credit rating is lower, then typically the interest rates for that company. So whenever that company wants a loan, they will have to pay a higher interest rate to get the loan. Okay, because the risk is high. Simple. For a bank, the risk will be high, and that is why they'll expect higher returns. So if the credit rating of the borrower is comparatively lower, higher interest rate is charged. Simple. Now, like a borrower has credit rating, similarly, a country also has a credit rating. Okay. Now, till now, America had like one of the highest credit ratings, AAA, something like that. Okay. So highest rating America had, they had enjoyed this for so many years. And now, today what happened? Today, I think last week ki baat hai. But Moody's, again, one of the rating agencies, Moody's has downgraded America. Previous rating was AAA, signified as capital A and two small a's. AAA credit rating say they have cut it one notch to AA1. So basically, they have lowered the credit rating of USA. Now, why have they done so? Everyone is really concerned about the growing national debt of USA. And if you have seen one of my previous videos, I talked about such a huge debt that US has, almost a 36 trillion debt that USA currently has. And if I were to compare it with the GDP of USA, I think it's around $29 trillion, right? So again, let's understand. If I'm talking about the overall debt, it's 36 trillion. If I'm talking about the GDP of USA, it's around 29 trillion. So the debt to GDP ratio would come to around 130, 140% roughly. So is that a good sign? Obviously not. Correct. So in such a case, what happens is that whoever wants to lend to USA, they would expect a higher rate. Now, typically what happens is that every time USA basically at a country level, they have a debt ceiling. So USA ideally cannot go above the debt ceiling. Almost every year they reach that debt ceiling. Then the two different parties, Democrats and Republicans, they come together, they discuss over this. Ultimately they say, chalo, increase the debt. Okay, that ceiling is increased, and then they keep on taking higher debts. But then what happens is that if they keep on accumulating more and more debt, of course they are going to bear the brunt of that. They are going to pay more and more interest, and that's not going to be good for that economy, right? So all in all, what happened was very, very interesting. It so happened that they wanted to issue a 20-year treasury auction. So what happens, I'll tell you. Whenever USA needs money, they will auction bonds, correct? And all the different countries also. So I'm sure everyone knows about this. I'd already done a video. I don't exactly remember about this, but it was about the debt pile up that USA had. Pooja, I'm not sure how you're going to search this, but we had recently done almost two months ago. We had done this video on the overall USA position on how the debt is actually piling up and how that could be a problem. So now what happens is that if any country is wanting to buy their bonds, how do they buy it? Typically, many times an auction takes place. So what I'll do, I will just share a very interesting article that I read today. Okay, read this article with me, okay? A sale of 20-year US government bonds saw weak demand on Wednesday, that is yesterday, pushing the treasuries to new lows for the year as yields climbed. Yields climbed is basically interest rates. For simple words, I know yields is not equal to interest. For a layman, you can just imagine something like interest. Okay, yields increased. Treasury Department sold $16 billion of newly issued 20-year bond at one la 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 la. Okay. But now what happened is that the auction saw investors accept a yield of 5.04% on the 20-year note compared with past 6 auctions of average of 4.613%. Now, this is pretty much higher if I'm comparing it with the past 6 auctions. Now, in fact, it is mentioned that this was the first time that the Treasury sold a 20-year note with a rate over 5% since October 2023. And back in the pandemic, it could sell its 20-year debt at 1.22%. Now, why are we talking about this? Please understand, very important. Higher rates, higher yields signal that demand is weak. Now, what is this? So you can imagine, on an average, if I'm US government, I was able to sell the treasuries, I was able to sell the notes. You can imagine something like a T-bill, a treasury bill. I, as US government, let us say, was able to sell this US ka T-bill at what rate? At a rate of average of 4.613%. As the past 6 auctions ka average. But this time, you can imagine that the demand was less and no one was ready to take at this rate. So if no one is ready to take at that rate of interest, now as a seller of these T-bills, I have to ensure that I shell out or I offer more interest. And this higher rate was 5.047%. And that is why it is mentioned that since the auction results, a 20-year treasury yield jumped to its highest levels, and higher yields means lower bond prices. All in all, it is not going to be very good. 20-year bonds are abnormal. Okay. So, I mean, otherwise, it's a good read though. But all in all, what can I understand is that because of the lower demand of US bonds, their yields increased. Now, everyone understand. So, let me see if you can give me the answer. Okay. If yields in USA increase, I want 100% attention. Important point coming up. If yields in USA increase, is it going to be a good sign for Indian stock market or a bad sign for Indian stock market? One more time I'm asking. If yields increase in the USA, would it be good for the Indian stock market or bad for the Indian stock market? Okay, I got the first answer. Ranjit G says bad. Prasad says bad. Shimanshu says bad. Rish says bad for India. Okay. Rajarsi also says bad for India. Okay. Meenakshi says bad. Jamil says bad. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Anirudh also says bad. Shubham says bad. Okay, fair enough. All right. But then why have I said sell USA and buy India? Now, please don't confuse these two terms. Okay. First, I'm talking now let's understand only about equities. Okay, only equities now. If bond yields are rising, obviously the foreign institutional investors will say, why would I want to risk out my money with equity? If I'm getting better returns by investing in my own country is what US institutions are saying. They would not risk out investing in any other country, even if it is India, correct? And that is the reason why I said that if I were to take the stock market perspective, please understand, if I were to take stock market perspective, my thumbnail would have been different. It would have been sell India, buy USA. Okay, don't get confused. That is the reason why I thought of elaborating a little bit more on this. One last time I'm repeating, if I were talking about stock market, Indian stock market, if yields in USA rise, my thumbnail should have been sell India, buy USA, but it's not about that. Now, when USA's rating is decreased, see, every country has its own, how do I say, every country decides, portfolio allocation is the better word. Every country decides how much will I park in USA bonds, how much will I park in European bonds. Okay, so basically developing or emerging markets ke liye allocation will be different, and developed nations ke liye the overall demarcation or overall weightage will be different. So when I'm saying that USA's overall bond yields are spiking, overall demand for 20-year T-bill dropped, because of which the yield increased, there is a great chance that investors may want to dump USA bonds and not invest in emerging markets. They'll have to again park that fund in other developed country only. Please understand, they can't change the overall portfolio weightage. They can't say I'll pull out entire money from developed nations and park it in emerging economies. They have, so for example, they'll say 10% allocation to emerging economies. They will not shift developed ka chunk to emerging economies. I hope you're understanding. So please understand, Sell America is in a different context. Sell America, I'm saying, last time I'm telling this, and after that you have to tell me whether you understood this or not. America's overall credit rating has decreased. Now, please understand that it's not only Moody which has downgraded. Please understand, this is again a very interesting story. S&P had downgraded America years ago. I think in the previous decade, somewhere between, I think 2012, 13, whatever, somewhere around that. That was the time, almost more than 10 years ago, S&P has already downgraded USA. Fitch downgraded it, I think 2-3 years ago. And this time, finally, Moody, which is the last of the three major credit rating agencies. So this is again for everyone, three major credit rating agencies: Moody, Fitch, S&P. S&P had already downgraded USA. Fitch already downgraded USA. Now Moody's has also downgraded USA. Okay. So now what I'm saying, now the theme is that Sell America, maybe they are not believing so much in the American economy because of the piling up of debt, because of their debt to GDP ratio going to crazy levels. The demand has weakened. To fulfill the demand, they are increasing their offer rate. So basically yields on bonds are increasing. It is not a good sign for USA. And in such a case, if investors as in countries, let's say China, Japan, they are parking their money in USA. They may say, instead of parking in USA, I may think about parking a bit in Europe. Of course, USA is way bigger as compared to European market overall. But still, they may consider reshuffling their portfolio to some other developed country. So I hope you have understood the thumbnail, Sell America. But then why did I say buy India? Now comes a very interesting point. India has gotten a credit rating upgrade. Everyone pay attention. India has gotten a credit rating upgrade. Morningstar DBRS, that's again one of the credit rating agencies. They have upgraded India's sovereign credit rating to BBB from BBB low. And now India has become an investment grade company. So overall, whenever you have good structural reforms, you have infrastructure development, you have overall a proper strategy where you can attract foreign investors, all in all, good economic growth, what happens is that a country's credit rating increases. And that be so. In that case, typically, what would happen is that now India will be in a position to actually get loans if we need. Of course, we can need them. If India needs loans, we can get it at a lower rate of interest. So please, again, last time I'm telling you, there are two different things, totally different things. Sell America is only from their perspective. So funds may move out from America, but may move to some other developed nation. And when I'm saying buy India means basically because our credit rating has increased, there is a chance that whenever foreign funds want to invest in emerging markets, money may flow from other emerging markets to Indian markets. I'm not saying they will sell America and buy India. Sell America, buy some other developed nation, and sell other emerging market and buy Indian market. Did you understand this? I just want a yes or no. Today, something different we talked about. How at a country level also portfolio allocations are done. And a country may not want to shift their portfolio from directly from a developed nation to to an emerging economy. That would not ideally happen. Something different that we tried today, and I'm getting a lot of yeses in the comment section. Badhiya. But like someone said, Purna has said that 800 plus. So now I'm checking 852 people watching. Likes 133. So see again 893 viewers, 133 likes. People, me and my team, we really try our level best to bring in best content for you all. Please smash the like button. It feels good. Again, I've told this many times. It also tells the YouTube algorithm that yes, some good content is being served, and it's really worth suggesting others. So anyone who is watching on YouTube, please smash the like button. Anyone who is watching on other platforms, join YouTube and then smash the like button. Okay, right? So I hope these 2 points are absolutely clear, that US credit rating has gone down, India's credit rating has gone up. Okay. Now let us understand one more very interesting point that I can see on the chart today. Okay. Now, why I thought of talking about this, because today market dipped. Acha, now I'm just quickly taking. So the funds will flow to Indian bond market, right? Absolutely yes, Harsh. Funds may flow into Indian bond markets, and the best part is that we can get it at a comparatively cheaper rate of interest. See, the point that I'm trying to tell you is that if a country's credit rating is increased, if India wants loans, how will India actually borrow money? By issuing bonds, by issuing treasury bills. And for that, what government can do is government can actually get this money by issuing T-bills, bonds at a comparatively competitive yield at a lower interest rate. Okay, so I hope you have understood this as well. Okay. What is the ideal level of debt as percentage of GDP? Of course, lower the better. How much is India's? I think it was around 80%, if I'm not mistaken. We can quickly check if you want. I'll also show you something new. I'm not sure if I've shared this. I think 80 or 9, maybe 80%. Wait. Trading economics is where you have to go. Okay. Go to trading economics. Now just go down and you can see India. You should be able to see here. Government debt to GDP. Yes. It is 81.295%. It had gone up to 89% debt to GDP, to 84%, 82%, 81%, 81%. So our debt to GDP is slowly decreasing. See, simple. If our GDP keeps on increasing, if debt is even maintained at a similar level, still our debt to GDP ratio is going to come down. 80, if brought down further, is a good thing, but it's still not bad. Of course, not that bad. Oh, Japan is a very different economy, Shimanshu. We will quickly check for Japan. I'm not sure how much it is. Never tracked Japan's debt to GDP ratio. I was shocked. Wait, I'll just share my screen and show everyone. Okay, I just went to Japan and government debt to GDP is at 236%. Oh my god, and it had reached 258%. What's wrong? From 258 to now 236%. Oh my god. But I mean, Japan's economy has been in a deflationary situation for so many years, and I'm sure some different things work there. So the economics works a little bit different. I mean, I have never studied how in detail basically how deflationary economics works, so I'm not sure whether that could be one of the reasons or not. Okay. Rajesh Kumar is saying FIs will think about valuations. India stock major are higher valuations. I don't think that it is like very high. See, overall, our valuations have now normalized quite a bit. If I were to quickly show on screener also, I'll just share my screen, and I think I've already taught how to check this, but still one more time. So let's say we're talking about Nifty here, Nifty 50, and let's go to PE ratio, and let's check last 3 years median P. Last 3 years median P is 21.9, and we are currently at 22.2. That's like nothing. We are not extremely priced right now. Even if I were to check a 5-year median P, 5-year median P is at 22.6. We are at 22.2 right now. I don't think so. We are extremely overvalued or something like that. Oh, Shimanshu says whatever People say whatever you learn in economics and finance doesn't apply to Japan. Yeah. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? For all other economies in the world, it's about inflationary economics. For Japan, it's deflationary economics. So I'm sure it will work in a little bit different way, but we'll have to check. Some stocks, Rajesh, yes, maybe yes. If I have 100 rupees and want to invest in 3 countries, what will be those and percentages? I just remembered Vidya Balan's dialogue कि फिल्में सिर्फ 3 वजह से चलती है, एंटरटेनमेंट, 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 और मैं एंटरटेनमेंट. सौरभ, आंसर टू योर क्वेश्चन इज आपके 100 रुपए सिर्फ एक ही कंट्री के पोर्टफोलियो में जाने चाहिए, इंडिया, 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 और मेरे पोर्टफोलियो में भी इंडिया है. वाह, 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 वाह. इसी बात पे लाइक बनता है. हाउ मेनी लाइक्स? Only 363 likes, almost 1,000 viewers. Such a nice dialogue. I need 500 likes. Come on, 50% at least. Come on, padafat. Okay. All right. Thank you, Purna. Thank you. Thank you. World GDP 100 trillion, world debt 300 trillion. Oh, from where did you get that data? Total world ka GDP and total world ka debt. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So now let us also go to one more very interesting data point. I'm just checking if I have missed out some important question or not. FIIs, FPIs have sold or not. Okay, let us also quickly check. I am not sure whether today's data has already come up or not. I'll just check DII, FII data. First, okay, thanks. 22nd May. They have sold. I forgot to share my screen. So if you check here, I'm on money control, but still I'm happy till now. At least the number is positive. We are at plus 10,397. Today they have sold almost 5,000 crores. So it's a pretty big sale number again. We were actually in good green this month, but then 2 big figures, 10,000 crores ka sale, and again 5,000 crores ka sale. And I'm sure many people are now, at least a little bit confused. So chalo, right away, let us check for the Nifty right now. I'm going to tell you some important points when you are doing the analysis. Okay, you have to understand few key pointers here. See, just to save on some time today, when I was doing the analysis, I've not rubbed the analysis. I kept it like as it is. See, everyone knows about this, like, right? High, low, high, low, high, low, la, la. So this was the lowest high. I mean, this was the game changer wala low high, then a lower low, then a similar high and a similar low and another similar high. And this is where we broke out. We retested and we have bounced from here. Okay. So again, now what has happened? You can see here, high, low, a higher low, another higher high and a higher low. Is the trend broken? No, per se, no. But if I draw a line, a trend line, if you see here, I'm drawing one, so the second touch point and third touch point. Today, for the first time, we have actually come below this trend line. Acha, reason is simple. This rally is so sharp that coming below this is very, very possible. Now, typically in such cases, what do you see? A small slippage below this doesn't mean that the trend is broken per se. Now, whenever I'm saying that a new trend is kind of starting, we have clearly moved out of a downtrend. Now, if I were to say low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, and again, let us say a higher low. If I were to say this, okay, which is my immediate previous swing low? This is the immediate previous swing low, and which comes to this one, which is 24,000 level roughly. Okay. But still what I'm saying, this is again a very big candle. So ideally, we should be able to defend this 24,300, which we have defended in the past for quite a long time. If 24,300 is broken, then our next decider comes at 24,000. Till we are here, our uptrend is intact. We need not worry. If that gets broken, then again, we would move into kind of a sideways trend. So we have to be a little bit careful if that happens. Okay. But all in all, I hope you have understood that how to interpret an overall trend, when to decide whether you should be, really worried or not. All these things you should understand. Those who have done my technical analysis course, uh, I have I've always mentioned that trend is your friend. Okay, if you've done my technical analysis course, I've mentioned this in my course. Trend is your friend. Don't go against the trend. Right now, if you can see that there is a clear trend of a higher high and higher low, why do you want to sell off quite a bit, right? So it's better that you stay with the trend. If you see the trend being changed, then you can definitely take your call, right? Yes, Saurabh. FIS sold today. Yes, Prasad, they have sold a lot. Absolutely. Oh, Rish is saying, I am having 80% in USA as I'm based in Canada. Shall I move to India? Rish, I feel very bad saying this, but fact is fact. USA markets have outperformed Indian markets over the last 1, 3, and 5 years, if I'm not mistaken, to whatever I remember. Not by a huge margin, but yeah, kind of yes. By on an average 2 to 3%. Okay. So if you're investing in USA, that's not a bad deal. Okay. The only thing is that if you were to diversify, yes, India is a place, because US is already a developed economy, right? India is still a developing economy, and our target is to be a developed economy by 2047. For that, if our companies perform really well, there are chances that we may, step up the overall earnings and profitability, and maybe you can, you know, mint more money in Indian markets. That's a possibility. But I won't suggest. I'm not sure whether the right word or not. But if you are already based out of Canada and you are having 80% in USA, I don't think it's a wise decision to pull out everything from US market and put entirely in Indian market. But yes, definitely a chunk to kickstart. Maybe a 10% allocation, a 15% allocation in India does make sense. Uh, if you want, again, anyone who is staying outside India or even in India, this is also for Indians. I have a separate community called Invest in India. Uh, this is a very closely knit community where people of similar thought process, who believe in long term, who believe in fundamental analysis, they are a part of this community. And overall, people help out each other in understanding what happened in the market. If they are stuck up with some, corporate action, they ask each others. Everyone helps each other out. So a good community to be a part of. So anyone who wants to stay in touch, and it's a closely knit WhatsApp community. So anyone who wants to be a part of that community, you can definitely join it. Pooja, if you can paste the link of Invest in India community in the chat box, that'll be great. Trend was sideways to bearish. All call writers quickly dumped their position. How to understand the same? Oh, Harsh, whenever we are talking about Thursday, such wild moves happen. Everyone is there to, quickly square off their positions. Every Thursday, everyone knows, I'm sure, but it's a weekly closing, and that is the reason why we do see wild moves on Thursdays, typically during the last 1 hour. Okay, so it's okay if such wild moves happen in the last 1 hour on Thursdays. No need to worry. I think Mr. Lele said that he's going to watch me in Pune. I am going to come for a session in Pune. I think on Sunday. So yes, we'll see you there. Manoj is saying, can you please share the group, madam? Yes, that is the Invest in India community. You can definitely check it out. We'll pin this in the pinned comment and in the description box. Based on US bond rating decrease a shade, does it mean dollar price to reduce, rupee to strengthen? No, no, Dave. It's unfortunately exact opposite. If bond yields, if bond yields increase, see, bond rating decrease is equal to bond yields have increased. See, for next 1 minute, if you get it, you get it. Okay. Or just blindly remember this. If yields increase, typically the currency of that country becomes stronger. If you want to note this down. Yields of a country bond yields of a country. So US 10-year bonds, US 20-year bonds, US 30-year bonds. If their yields increase, their currency becomes stronger. And if US currency becomes stronger, INR will become weaker. If you want to remember this analogy, how, then it will be very simple for you to remember. See, if bond yields in USA increase, a US investor would want to pull out money from Indian market and park it in USA because he's going to get almost similar money, almost similar rate of return by investing in his own country. Simple. Now what happens is that if he's wanting to pull out money from Indian markets, it means that he's going to sell the investments in India. It means he's going to get rupees, but he's going to sell those rupees, convert it into dollars, and then take the money back. So basically what happens is selling pressure on rupee goes up very fast. So one last time I'm trying to explain. Whenever the yields of USA increase, foreign investors would want to invest in USA. For that, they would sell their investments in India. If they sell investments in India, they'll get rupees. They'll sell the rupees and buy dollars. They'll take back the dollars. And selling INR, that is going to have a selling pressure on Indian rupees, because of which it will weaken our currency and it will strengthen their currency. That's how it works. Vedant is saying, I want a WhatsApp group link, ma'am. No. You have to be a part of the community, then you will automatically be in the WhatsApp community. And to join the WhatsApp community, you'll have to check the link in the description and pin comment. Why USD becomes stronger in every situation? For example, whether it is. What about gold prices? Gold prices will not have a huge impact of yields. I don't think so. To some extent, yes, but not a big impact per se. Okay. Rudra is saying, hello, ma'am. Can you share your views on VBL with expansion policies in Africa and domestic? But pressure in stock price with rising competition from Reliance Campa, should we hold it for long term? I know Reliance Campa is putting up a big competition for VBL, but overall, the expansion that they are doing in Africa is crazy. If you're already holding it, I would definitely suggest that you should keep on reading their quarterly reports. The moment you see that, okay, their overall margins are decreasing, or if the overall profitability is dropping, in that case, it'll be good if you remain cautious on that stock. So whenever you see that a tough competitor is coming up, always keep a look or watch out for quarterly results. Okay. Balakrishna Industries, your view, it's falling 10 minutes. Oh, no, I can't share that. Kya karu? Acha, by the way, I hope everyone has already started to follow our technical analysis related blogs, which we have restarted. I will quickly share this for those who don't know, because there was a big fan following for the technical analysis related blogs. What you have to do is just go to our website, hit the blog section. Okay. If you go to the blog section, you will see understanding horizontal resistance breakouts. Now, what we are doing is first we're explaining what is the meaning of a horizontal resistance breakout. Then typically, as per this pattern, as per the horizontal resistance breakout, what is the entry point? What is the retest of a breakout? How to use the retest strategy, using the chart, how to do the stop loss placement, what are the additional tips, and then you get a homework. Okay. So for example, what you have to do every day without fail, check what is the homework. I'm going to give you 2 stocks only to practice. Okay. Only 2 stocks to practice. One is Bajaj Holding and Investments today, and the second one is LIC Housing Finance Limited. Ideally, not every day, but ideally, one of the stock may have this pattern, one of the stock may not have this pattern. Okay. If you have understood the concept really well, you'll be able to figure out by yourself where there is a breakout, where there is a fake breakout, or where there is no breakout. Okay. So what we have done is, being a teacher, being an educator now, I have given the whole theory. Okay. Whole theory is given, and I've given you 2 homeworks. I will not be able to tell you what is the answer. You will have to figure it out yourself. Out of only two, you will have to check which one does have a breakout, which one doesn't have a breakout, which one maybe has a false breakout, or there is no breakout, whatever. You'll have to check that for yourself. Okay, but at least you will get to know that you will have to check these two today and they may have a breakout. Okay, so a good thing that we have started this. If you have seen, this is what we had put up today. This is what we had put up yesterday, day before yesterday. So just 3-4 days that we have restarted our technical analysis blogs based on a lot of demand. We were not able to figure out how to place technical analysis blogs again, but with proper theory and 2 stocks for homework, we have restarted these blogs. Anyone who still doesn't know about technical analysis, of course, I hope everyone knows for now that we do have a lot of courses in the intermediate courses section. We have a technical analysis course, and of course, one of my favorites as the advanced course is price action analysis course. Anyone who has not done this decoding price action analysis would highly recommend if you want to level up your game. So technical analysis ka advanced version is decoding price action analysis. And so just to give you a small example, technical analysis will teach you how to place a stop loss, but price action I've focused more on how to trail stop losses. In technical analysis, I've taught you how to take a buy or when to sell. In price action analysis, I've given when to buy agreed, but when to add and when to sell. Technical analysis course is mainly about swing, smaller time frame. Decoding price action analysis, I've taught how can you use technical analysis even for medium to long term positions. And the best part, according to me, in the price action analysis is this is especially for those who are working professionals, because many a times people tell me that Rachana, we are not able to actually find time to read charts. In this course, I have taught how to go or how to scan 50 plus stocks in less than 15 minutes. I actually used a timer, and using a timer, I have shown how can you successfully scan more than 50 stocks in 15 minutes. So this is what you're going to learn in this entire course. But as I mentioned, right, the best point according to me in this course is how can working professionals just spare 15 minutes of a weekend and still be able to scan stocks just like this. Quick analysis. So Pooja has already pasted the link of our price action analysis course. Anyone who wants to enroll, I'm giving you a coupon code as well. CARRYT is the coupon code. So don't forget to use that. And yes, okay, perfect. Right. A few more questions. Arey Baba, I've already started giving technical. Or kitna chahiye? We lost more information on technical analysis. That's why we have restarted the blogs, no? See, getting registered with SEBI is not an option. I don't want to become I don't want to become a portfolio manager or whatever. I want to be a teacher. I want to be an educator. And I think that's a personal choice that I've opted for. I'm sure that if I start offering portfolio management services, I can mint like 5x, 10x. I don't want to go into that category. I want to be a person who is really a proper teacher, an educator. And that is the reason why if SEBI says that this is an educational license, I will definitely go for it. But there is no education license. Nor in Q&A, then kya karu Manjunatha? In Q&A, they are not allowing. I can't do anything. Oh, good question. Ma'am, this price action course and challenge of price action in Invest in India community are same. In Invest in India community, I had given a price action analysis challenge. And in that, I think the video was around 1.5 hours and balance was in the form of blogs. But the price action analysis course, there are a lot more teachings in that course. And plus, it's 100% in audio visual format. Right. Pooja ji working like an AI bot this time. Kya baat hai? We are good with homework, madam. Kya baat hai? Kya? All right. Any other quick questions? I'm just waiting for quick questions, if any. And yes, before I forget, one last time, uh, anyone who is in Nashik, Har Ghar Investor, my live event is going to happen in Nashik. It's barely 10 days away, and it's Master Group presents Har Ghar Investor, but for the first ever time in Marathi. पूर्ण कार्यक्रम मराठीत होणार आहे आणि खूप मजा येणार आहे. It's always a pleasure to deliver the entire session in mother tongue. If you hit book now, you can see that all the front seats, if I want to zoom this in, all these are grey dots. All the front seats are almost booked. Now the back seats are remaining. So anyone who wants to enjoy, anyone who wants to learn in Marathi, please definitely consider attending that event. I'm going to put the link in the pinned comment and in the description box. It's always fun to attend the event from the first few rows. It's a great thing to, it's a great feeling of going back to classroom and studying few nice things. It's a full gamified live event. It's an amazing one, right? Okay. What do you think about defense stocks? BLHL reading reports that they are very high value. See, I feel that defense is a theme which one should think about from an entire decadal perspective rather than 1 quarter, 2 quarters. I have said this many times, I'm repeating this one more time. Whenever markets are in a bearish sentiment, everyone is going to look at PE, PB and is going to cry about it. Or kitna high valuation and this, that. Once market is in a bullish momentum, no one is going to even look back at the valuations. So once currently market has just started going in the bullish territory, in the bullish momentum, if it continues, no one is going to look at the valuations. Okay. Power and power finance sector, I mean, again, if I'm talking about a 3 to 5 year perspective, no questions. Absolutely bullish on that. I wish I was able to answer this. I was allowed to answer this. I wish. All right. Okay, it's already 9:45. Time to close, but wanted to have quick suggestions on any specific YouTube videos that you would want me to present. Any specific YouTube videos, any specific content, any specific topic that you would want to learn from me. Would be happy to take 5 to 6 suggestions from you all. After which we close today's session. Any quick suggestions? What do you want to learn from me? Will Tata Motors reach 800 in May expiry? 800 aayega, but not sure this May or next May. Please analyze semiconductor and EV small cap company in stock of the month. Stock of the month may be generally avoid small caps, to be honest. Oh God, Ranjit has requested SLBM like so many times and I have still not done that. See, the thing is that SLBM, I will try and make a video on that, but I'm not sure whether every single broker even provides that facility or not. So if that is like a common thing, then would definitely want to do a video on that. Expiry day trading strategy. Harsh, तुमने पहचाना ही नहीं फिर मुझे अभी तक. I never gave all such things, expiry day trading strategy, zero strategy and this and that. How to find good stocks? Please help. Recently, I released a video on how to pick stocks. My immediate previous video was how to pick stocks. Wonderful video. I've taught about what is growth investing, what is momentum investing, what is value investing with examples, with fun. So please watch that. Pooja, if you can again put the link of that video in the description also. What is growth versus momentum versus value investing. Positional trading in bull market, applying technical analysis. Acha, do do you want me to do a video more on when to buy using technical analysis or when to sell? Using technical analysis, do you want me to do a video on when to buy or when to sell? Quickly, if I can get some answers. Okay, that is the video for you. Duni Chan, I want to join your meeting every day. Meeting happens only on Thursdays. When to sell? Both. Either it is both or when to sell. Majority of them are saying both, but when to sell has more. Both may not fit in a video. Recognizing the next booming sector for future. When to sell is difficult. So sell. Okay. See, when to sell. RSC Limited. Okay. Chances of sector growth in next 5 years. ऐसे तो बहुत वीडियोस किए. When to sell. Okay. Let's go for sell. चलो ठीक है, done. Many people are asking for when to sell. We'll come up with a video on when to sell in the coming week. SLBM, if I get to know that a lot of brokers are permitting that. REC has been one request. Okay, chalo, ठीक. All right. Had fun. As always, had fun today. 3 things. 1, Nashik event, link in pinned comment description box. Invest India community, link in pinned comment description box. Technical analysis course and price action analysis course. Extremely important courses. Link in description and pinned comment. And I think that is it for the day. Nowadays, entering becoming easy, but exit becomes difficult. Exactly, I understand. That is the reason why we are talking about how to sell or when to sell, right? Your podcasts have stopped? No, Ranjit, my podcasts have not stopped. In fact, this Friday, that is tomorrow, maybe I'll release a very different podcast. I'd been to Dubai and I have shot that podcast in Dubai. So I feel it's going to be an interesting one. Let's see. Hargar investor in Hyderabad. Yes. All right. I think this is it. I'll see you in the next one. Small video on how to control the fear mindset in an investor during negative market if possible. How to control fear mindset in negative markets. Interesting. Ankit, I have noted it down. Let's see. We'll try and make a video on this. Okay. All right. It is 9:50, 9:21. Thank you everyone for joining in. Please check out the links in the pinned comment in the description box. I hope you found some value in today's live stream. I'll see you in the next one. Then take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.